What is up, everyone? What is up, everyone? How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. The weekend is upon us. Sunday, we got football, ladies and gentlemen. We got football on Sunday, minimal football. The San Francisco will face the Pittsburgh Steelers with Nicholas James Bosa. Boy, oh boy, I am fired up to talk about Bosa. He finally signed his contract today, made it official. We're going to say hi to all the ones in the comments. We're going to talk football right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are live. We are live, all the way live from the East Bay here in Riverbank, California. How's everybody doing? Good to see everybody chopping it up in the chat already. We got Jimmy Perez says, "What's up, Beto? How are you doing, my friend? Happy Friday." Let's go. We got my little sister, Melissa, in the house. What's up, girl? I love you too, little sis. I got my younger but older than Melissa's sister, Dawn Dotson, in the house. How you doing? She says, don't forget to smash that like button for your boy, Niner Sickness. Let's go. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel. Help me grow. If you're watching me from Facebook, come over real quick to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and hit that like button for your boy. But do not forget to wipe your feet before entering Casa Niner Sickness and smash that like button for your boy. Welcome, Don. We got Daniel Burry Sports in the house. What's up, brother? We got my brother from another mother, Roberto Davis. What's up? We got James Bolt in the house. What's up, brother? I cannot wait for football either. Before I go to the comments, let me welcome Crazy Juice to the house. Let me welcome Deborah to the house. What's up, Deborah Betty? How you doing, girl? All right. How many of you watched the game yesterday against the Patrick Mahomes and Kansas City Chiefs host the Detroit Lions? What do you guys think about the Detroit Lions? I want to get your guys' honest opinion. What are your thoughts on the Detroit Lions? Are they the real deal, or are they just the beneficiary of Kansas City not having Chris Jones or Travis Kelce? Do you think that if Chris Jones and Travis Kelce was playing yesterday, maybe the Chiefs would have won? Now, the Chiefs receivers, they had a whole lot of drops. That couldn't by any means help out Garoppolo. Oh my God. Helped out Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, Patrick. What a game, though. Yesterday was officially the first game of the 2023 season. It was kicked off by the Lions upsetting the Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs. Now, the weekend is coming upon us, and we're going to get to watch 49er football, the real football. The reason why we're fans is to support our team. And we're going to be facing Pickett and the Steelers. Let me ask you guys this question sincerely. Let me know in the comments. Would you rather have Pickett and TJ Watt, or would you rather have Brock Purdy and Nick Bosa? Who would you rather have? Pickett and Watt, or Brock Purdy and Nicholas James Bosa? Let me know in the comments. I am interested of knowing. Roberto says, at my desk at work, pretending to work, watching my boy, Niners sickness. That's what I'm talking about. Booyah! Listen, please, I thank you for your endorsement. Thank you for your support. I just don't want your boss to tell you, you're fired. I don't want to hear that from your boss, bro. So pay close attention. Make sure you don't get caught. But thank you for the love and support. Much appreciated. Look who it is. Mr. Cardcast 49er Talk is in the house. Let's go, buddy. We got David Williams in the house. What's up, David? We got Brandon Glenn in the house. How you doing, Brandon? Let's go. We got Randy Daytona in La Casa. Let's go. Let's go. Anybody else? Let's see here. All right, let me read some comments. Randy says KC's going to have to pay more for Jones. Now keep in mind, Jones is in his 30s, okay? He's not going to make Bosa money. If he wants Nicholas James Bosa money, I'm pretty sure he's not going to play at all. Bosa's 25, 5 years younger. By the time that Nick is done with his contract, he will be 31 years old. Why I say 31? Because many people think that Bosa will only be here for the next 5 years. He's going to be here for the next 6 years. They signed him to a 5-year deal, but they're playing on his last rookie contract this year. His 5th-year option. He'll be playing on his 5th-year option this year, and his 5-year contract starts in 2024. So we'll have him for the next 5 years after this year. They'll fight to the very end. They pulled it out. Plain and simple. They are a good team. One thing that I heard, I was listening to 97, the game, and they were interviewing Nick Bosa's mom, and they asked him about, the whole time that Nick Bosa's agent was talking to the Niners about the contract, and they kind of, I don't want to say the word for word because I don't remember quite, but in a nutshell, pretty much he said that this is a class act organization. Meaning, Joey Bosa, when he was dealing with his contract situation with the LA Chargers, that will always be San Diego to me. But the LA Chargers did not treat, because she said that everything that happened with Joey Bosa and the Chargers was public. Everything was public. Therefore, the mom was upset because of everything she was hearing, all the negativity about Joey not wanting to sign his contract, not this, not that. She said that the 49ers, as we all know, kept it confidential. They kept it to themselves. The Nick Bosa team did not say nothing. John Lynch and the Niners did not say nothing either. So that, my friend, is great organization. And the Niners are good for that. The Niners are good at taking care of the players. Look at the history. They took care of Armstead. They took care of Kittle. They took care of Fred Warner. They took care of Debo. Now, the reason why this contract was a little bit longer than the others, because as you know, for us, it was a huge payout. This is the biggest contract the San Francisco 49ers have ever given to any of their players since they became the 49ers. And Nick deserves it. I've been hearing a lot of people say, well, you know, Nick was greedy, or the Niners were cheap. All I know is this. As a fan, I will support the Niners, and the Niners should have fought for the best contract as possible to help us going forward to signing Ayuk and other players. But as a player, not a professional, but as a player in high school, thinking, I got to support my family. I got to take care of my future. I am one play away from my future coming to an end. That is reality. That is reality. In football, you're one play away of never playing again. And if you're not secured, you're in trouble. So from that perspective, I completely understand why Bosa played hardball and played it hard, and he stuck to his guns because he was trying to set his future going forward. He might not have a family now. And when I mean family, I'm talking about a wife and kids. But he eventually will. And he needs to set up that future. Now he can go and play, have fun, try to pursue another Super Bowl, knowing that, God forbid, something should happen tragically to him where he can't play no more. At least he is financially secured. And I know a lot of people say, wow, his brother's rich and his dad. But I don't know the way of thinking of some people, but my brother's finances are their finances. What I do with my life, it's up to me. I don't want to leech off my brothers. I don't want to leech off my parents. My parents are not here no more. But if they were, I don't want to leech off of them. I'm a full-grown man. I got my family to worry about. So I can understand Nick's perspective. Now, it's all said and done. The 49ers signed Bosa to 5 more years after this year. We are ready to pursue that Super Bowl. Let's talk Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's talk the matchups. The Steelers are no joke. Their defense is really, really good. Will Colt McKivitz be able to try to protect Brock from TJ Watt? Now, TJ Watt always goes after the right tackle, no matter. He's always moved around the line, but he likes it against the right tackles of every team he plays. He will be facing Colt McKivitz. This game on Sunday is going to be telling us a lot about the right side of this offensive line. Can he sustain the pressure that Watt is going to bring? This is going to be a true testament of why the 49ers believe in McKivitz by giving him the job at right tackle and not pursuing a big name in free agency or drafting a high prospect at that position. How will McKivitz do? Are you guys concerned about the right side and particularly facing Watt? Do you think that he'll be able to face him on his own? Or do you guys expect Kittle or Juice or someone to help out McKivitz, especially against Watt? I am curious to know. David Williams says, that was a good game. Detroit looking good there. Going to be hard team to beat. You put bet, but beat. I know what you meant. Yeah. Detroit definitely looks better this year than last year. Now, keep in mind, it's game number 1. The Niners look like crap against the Bears and that monsoon of a freaking weather, and yet we made it to the NFC Championship game. You can win big or lose big, and it doesn't really mean how your season's going to play out. I'm looking for individual play of my starters. I want to see how McKivitz does against Watt, because that will tell me and give me some ideas what I'm looking forward when we face the Cowboys, when we face the Redskins, and we face the Ravens. I want a good indication. Of course, I want to win, but I want to see how McKivitz does defensively. And I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. I want to see how my boy Drake Jackson does. I want to see how Drake Jackson does. We're going to get into more depth about him in a few minutes, so please hang out with me. We're going to talk about how important it's going to be for Drake to really take a leap this year. To me, he is the vital part of this front four, and I'll explain why. With Bosa, we are at full power. We need to steamroll Pittsburgh. Now, as a fan, if we beat them by 14 points, I'm ecstatic. But I don't care if we beat them by 1 point. I don't care if we beat them by 3 points. As long as we beat them. What I am more concerned is we don't get nobody hurt. Secondly, I want to evaluate our players. You can't really do that in preseason. This game, I'm going to be evaluating all my starters. Kittle. I'm going to evaluate Debo. Ayuk, CMC, our offensive line, Brock Purdy, Elijah Mitchell. How is he going to be for the year? Our defensive line, we know what our linebackers can do. Are we going to be playing a 3-set safety and adding Brown to the equation when they play that? How's Lenore going to step up? Is he going to continue to be as good as he was towards the end of the year? Is Ward going to step up his game? Gibson. How is Gibson going to play? Hufanga. These are the things that I'm going to look for. I want to win, but I don't care if we win by 3 points or 33 points. That doesn't matter to me. Winning is winning. Get the dub. Now, I want to see how players do. I want to be encouraged by the performance of the player. But the key guy that I'm going to be looking at is McKivitz. McKivitz, because there's nobody behind him. Let's keep it 100. Who is behind McKivitz? If McKivitz is not the real deal, if he's getting tossed like a rag doll by TJ Watt, we are in trouble. I don't care if we win on Sunday. If McKivitt gets tossed, if he's getting beat, I am concerned about this 49er offensive line. We can win by 24, and McKivitt gets his ass kicked play after play. I am concerned. I want to see how McKivitt handles TJ Watt. Now, I understand that TJ Watt will get his. TJ Watt is such a good player. He will break through. He will get his. But I also want to see McKivitt get his. I don't want this to be a one-sided. I don't want to hear the announcer say, McKivitt cannot stop Watt. Watt is all over McKivitt. Watt is making McKivitt his bitch. I don't want to hear that. Now, they're not going to say that exactly, but you know my point. I want to hear that they are battling out. Yes, McKivitt gets some, wins some, Watts wins some. I can deal with that. I do not want to hear the announcers mention that McKivitt is getting his ass kicked. That, my friend, is and will be a major concern for your boy Niners sickness. What's up, John? Welcome to the channel. We got Daniel Cantu coming in. What's up, my brother? Niners need to use a first-round pick on a tackle next draft. Trent won't be around forever. And I think that's probably where they're leaning, but I'll be honest with you, Rob. I understand why you say what you said, and it's true. But I am concerned about this year. That for me, at least, with all due respect, the draft is way, way over here. This Sunday is our first game, and we need to be competitive, and we need to play good. We got to start fast. I am sick and tired of starting slow. I don't want to start 3-5. I don't. Yes, we have made it to the NFC Championship when we started slow, but we never hosted. The last time we hosted in Santa Clara for the playoffs, it was in 2019 when we started fast. The Niners need to make a statement against Pittsburgh because then we got the Rams. If you guys don't like the Rams, like I don't, you're going to want to watch my show tomorrow at 2 p.m., 2:15 Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be talking so much shit about the Rams. It's not even going to be funny. I am sick and tired of hearing these Ram fans thinking they're going to make the playoffs with a bunch of rookies. Absolutely absurd. I'm going to expose the damn Rams for the fake as they are. So check out my channel tomorrow at 2:15 Pacific Standard Time. What's up, David? Corona's in the house. How you doing, sir? My concern is the kicker. And I'm going to get to that too, because that is a valid concern, David Williams. We're going from a pro, for sure, kicker and Robbie Gould to an unproven commodity. Now, I understand Jake Moody was great in college, played a lot of big games in college, but this is the pros. Can Jake Moody be good for this team? We're going to find out the hard way. And that scares me. It really does, because imagine, I rephrase that. I don't want to imagine the fact that we lose a playoff game because of a missed kick. That would be heartbreaking. Do you think losing to the Philadelphia Eagles because we lost Brock was hard. Losing to a team that we should beat by a field goal, will it be, in my opinion, extremely hot. What's up, David? Let's see here. Get me your comments so that I can read your comments and answer. If you have any questions for me, feel free to ask. I hope our players are still healthy after this game. Absolutely. That is important. Niners better win. I got 70 on the game. The Niners need to win for way more different reasons than you having 70. But I hear you. I hear you. Need Mooney to be money. Yes, we do. We need Mooney to step up. Hey, truth be told, though, he had a fabulous year. He played a great year last year. He wasn't an all-pro, Mr. on the island by himself. But for the most part, under this defensive scheme of DeMeco Ryans, he was good. Now you come in this year with a coordinator that has a lot of football experience, but also his expertise is the secondary. And that excites me because we know that Chris Kasarik takes care of the front. Chris Kasarik takes care of the front. The front is taken care of by that coach. But our secondary kind of struggled a little bit, kind of depended a lot on the pressure of the front four. I think bringing Steve Wilks to the organization to replace DeMeco. No disrespect to DeMeco. I love what DeMeco did. That's why he's a head coach. I love what Robert Saleh did. That's why he's a head coach. But Steve Wilks brings a new dimension to this defense. He brings expertise. He knows the in and outs of offensive coordinators. He's not going to get as fooled as maybe DeMeco did his first year and second year being a defensive coordinator. And he specializes on the secondary. That's going to help Lenore become much better. That's going to help Mooney for sure. It's going to help Fufanga, Gibson, and the young promising man in Jair Brown. So I like the idea that he coaching from the booth. I know a lot of Niner fans were like, oh, he needs to be on the field like DeMeco and like Robert Saleh to get the players motivated, to get the players pumped up. Listen, I am all for motivation. I am all for high fives. I am all for that. But if you have to get your players motivated because they cannot motivate themselves, we are in trouble. Our players like Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, know how to motivate that defense. I love that DeMeco Ryans was all fired up. I love that. But I like the fact that Steve Wilks will be in the box. Why? Or in the booth, excuse me. Why? Because he'll be able to see the whole field. He'll be able to make the proper adjustments from the top. You can see the whole thing. I always thought it was an advantage to be up in the booth. And I truly like the idea that he's in the booth running the show. But time will tell. But I really believe this secondary is going to be very much rewarding to us Niner fans. The front four is going to put the pressure. I know a lot of us, we love sacks, right? We love sacks. And I love sacks. But I prefer pressures. People don't realize how important pressures are. I'll take 40 pressures over 10 sacks. Easily. Sometimes, let's say, for example, Hargrave busts through and makes the quarterback run to his left. And Bosa's just there waiting. And the guy just runs into Bosa or runs into Drake Jackson. And that's considered a sack, right? But a pressure means you are disrupting the offensive line. You are disrupting the plans of the quarterback. The quarterback cannot set his feet. The quarterback cannot make his routes. Why? Because you are bringing havoc to the quarterback. This is why I prefer pressure. Now, if you get a sack from a pressure, then hey, more power to you. Sacks can be misleading. Pressures will never mislead you. I think the 49ers are going to be a menace to opposing offensive lines. If you really enjoyed the 2019 defensive line, I believe we are much better in 2023 than 2019. Why? Because Bosa's not a rookie anymore. Bosa is a seasoned vet. He's not a rookie. He is a seasoned vet, right? And Hargrave, whether you agree with me or not, that's okay. He is better than DeForest Buckner, period. Armstead had his best year in 2019 because he had quality players around him. Now he has, because you got to remember last year, it was Bosa double team, and for the most part, they were double teaming Eric Armstead. They didn't care about Kinlaw. They didn't care about Sampson on the outside. So they were double teaming Eric Armstead and Bosa. Now, because we added Hargrave, offensive lineman, they're going to double team Bosa and Hargrave. That means that Armstead and Jackson are going to be handling a lot of the one-on-ones. All they got to do is take advantage of those opportunities. This is why, if Eric Armstead stays healthy and he plays all 17 games, he will have a monster year. You heard it here first. If he stays healthy, health is a key. He will have a monster year. Why? Because he's such a technician of what he does. The bad thing about Eric, he doesn't do so good when he's double teamed. But get him on the one-on-ones, and he'll make you pay. And I don't know about you guys. This guy right here, number 95, I am so excited to watch play. I am excited to watch number 95 do his thing. I think he's underrated. I think this guy is going to have a beautiful year. At the very least, he is very good on batting the balls down. Did you see yesterday's game with Golf getting balls batted down? Did you see how effective it was when a Kansas City defender batted down those balls of Jared Goff? And Drake Jackson is very good on timing his hands to bat the balls down. That's going to be huge this year. Watch. And he's going to bring pressure. The kid gained muscle. He's more confident. He's not going to get pushed easily like he did last year. He had a full offseason. This kid is going to turn heads. I advise you to buy your jersey of Drake Jackson. And if you do, buy it from me. I sell jerseys. So if you want a jersey, baseball, football, basketball, college, let me know. I will take care of you. Trent is staying a year after this one, but the swing will play a lot his final season, I believe. What's up, Laura? Laura's in the house. Welcome. Welcome, sweetie. Thank you for stopping by. Good afternoon, fam. Happy Friday. And let's go. Let's go. Symmetry 7 in the house. What's up, my brother? From another man, how you doing? He says, it's similar to when Bill left as DC and Ray Rhodes took over in 1994. I remember that year. I've been watching football way too long. Since 76. I like Ray Rhodes. And I love Steve Wilkes. I think, again, I'm not taking nothing away from what DeMeco Ryans accomplished here in San Francisco. Great coordinator. I expected him to be a great coach in Houston, the way that McDaniels is in Miami, and the way that Saleh is in New York. But Steve Wilkes is bringing experience to this defense. He's seen a whole lot of offense. And what I like about Wilkes, he is going to blitz way more than you have seen in the last few years. Get ready for blitzes to come to the Niners. I would be surprised if we don't blitz at least twice on Sunday against Pittsburgh to rattle that young quarterback over there. Niners don't need to be motivated. They're all born hard, like redwoods. All right. Every elite defensive coordinator the last 30 years has coached from the booth. And that's right. Ray Rhodes did coach from the booth. Yeah, I know a lot of people, they like that, the Robert Saleh and DeMeco Ryans. And part of it, I believe they were rookies. When Robert Saleh took over as a defensive coordinator, being a linebacker, he was a rookie defensive coordinator, first time. Same thing for DeMeco, a rookie coordinator. He wanted to be part of the team. And they have their own styles. But Steve Wilkes is coming in here with experience. He's coming in here with an attitude of, I know my shit. I'm not saying nothing against DeMeco or Robert Saleh, but Steve Wilkes is like, listen, I've been around the block many times. I know how this coordinator thinks. I know how that coordinator thinks. I saw them before. And the fact that he's coaching from the booth, he's going to have a clear vision of everything that is going on so that he can make the proper adjustments that he sees fit to make. But time will tell. But I like coaches on the booth. Now, in Shanahan's situation, it's different because he's a head coach. As such as a genius that he is, I still would love to have Kyle have an offensive coordinator, a true offensive coordinator, not a McDaniels, where McDaniels held the title of offensive coordinator, but you know who truly was calling the plays. What's up, Brian? Brian is in the house. Your jerseys came in yesterday. Your jersey and your beautiful wife's jersey came in yesterday. Maybe we can hook up tomorrow and I can give them to you if you're not busy. Don Dotson in the house says, I just saw that Kittle and Ward are questionable for Sunday. They're always going to be questionable, but until I know definitely before game time that they're not playing, I'll be concerned. But until then, I'm not worried. We got everyone here. Chat is popping. It is. Thank you, everyone, for popping in and chopping it up with one another. Appreciate that, brother. Eric is in the house. What's up, Eric? Yeah, bro. I am rooting for Dre Jackson. I think Dre Jackson is a vital piece. I'm not saying he's going to be the D Ford of 2019 when he was healthy, but I need some production from this kid. I need this kid to be disruptive. I want coordinators to mention this kid. We got to watch out for Jackson. I think this kid is going to surprise a lot of 49er fans. Maybe it's just me being wishful thinking of this, but I really believe this kid is going to bring pressure and sacks from his position. That's only going to make the whole front four that much better. You're going to get Bosa bringing pressure from the right. You're going to get Jackson bringing pressure from the left. You're going to get the two monsters in the middle pushing the pocket, disrupting the quarterback, knocking the running back on his ass. If Dre Jackson does his part, this defense is going to be sick. What's up, Luis Moreno? How you doing, sir? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Early show, yeah. I'm not an early person, but I've been having some issues with my internet. It's not completely fixed yet, but the technician can only come between 10 and 11. So that meant I had to wake up earlier than I normally would. What time is it right now? 1 o'clock? Right about now, I'll still be sleeping away. It's all good, though. It's all good. Drake reminds me of Von Miller. Interesting there, Randy. I know that's a bit much, but hey, you know what? If he reminds you of Von Miller to you, then hey, that's cool with me. I know some people get crazy with, like I say that Brock Purdy, I agree with Sneed about Brock Purdy reminding a lot of Drew Brees. And people are like, whoa, hold your horses. How? And right away, they get like, Brock hasn't done much. I said, I'm not saying he's going to have the same career. I'm not saying he's going to play that good. But he reminds me of a lot of those things. I remember saying that Brock Purdy reminded me a lot of Joe Montana when Joe Montana first came to the Niners. And I got a flack for that. People are like, you are an idiot. How are you going to compare Brock Purdy to a 4-time Super Bowl champion? I'm like, wait a minute. I said I seen a lot of similarities. What Brock did his first year to what I seen from Montana. Never did I say he was going to be as good as Montana or better. But Montana struggled his first year. He struggled. There was a reason why he went in the third round and not in the first round. But he was developed under Bill Walsh, and he became the GOAT. Now, we don't know what Brock Purdy's going to be. We don't. He may be great, he may be all pro, or he may be looking on leaving the Niners and we're looking for another quarterback. We don't know. But we're going to find out a lot about Brock Purdy. If he stays healthy and plays all 17 games plus playoffs, we're going to find out a lot about Brock Purdy. Some of you guys support him. Some of you guys don't. That's okay. But we're still going to find out a lot about Brock. Yeah, when he left us, he went to Philly. Holy cow, I just realized that Hargrave came from the Steelers. I can't wait to talk smack to my cousin. Yeah, he was drafted by the Steelers. And then from the Steelers, he went to the Eagles. And then obviously to the Eagles, to us. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Niners channel if you haven't done so already. I would truly appreciate that very, very much. The girls are at school, so I am just hanging out with my dog until the girls get home. Well, Ariel will be home in a few hours. Jayla won't be home until after 5. Okay. Yeah. Doubtful is worse than questionable. Absolutely. I like to have the same QB for the next 10 years. So would I. I'm tired of this carousel of quarterbacks. I understand that Brock Purdy doesn't have the arm strength. I understand that Brock Purdy doesn't have the physical tools like someone like Trey Lance. I understand he's not physically big. But with the offense that Kyle runs in San Francisco, with the key players like Debo, CMC, Kittle, Ayuk, Juice, this offense is tailor-made for a player like Brock to be successful. Would it be above with Trey if Trey would have worked out because of his physicality, the size, and his arm? Of course. But I think that Brock Purdy can be very good in this offense. The kid is smart. The kid anticipates his throws. I've seen throws. The ball's in the air before the player even makes his cut. There's been times when he throws it to Debo or he throws it to Kittle, the ball was already in the air before even Kittle made his cut. And the ball right into the basket. Now, did he make his mistakes? Yes. Yes. Did he throw a lot of maybe interceptions last year? Yes. But you can't forget, or you shouldn't forget, that he was a 7th round pick rookie, that it was just thrown into the game against Miami because Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. Brock might have practiced as he would start, but under normal circumstances, Brock should have never seen the field last year. He should have never seen the field last year. He should have continued to learn because Trey should have played the whole year. At the very least, Jimmy should have played the remainder of the year. It is really unheard of two quarterbacks getting hurt like that in the same season. And you can dismiss me with the whole Kyle gets quarterbacks hurt. But neither here or there. But Brock Purdy came in and he played not like a rookie, he played like a vet. He gets the ball quickly out of his hands. He makes the right throws. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. He gets it to his playmakers so the playmakers can do what they do best. This kid has it. This kid has it. Shout out to all the faithful across the country, across the world. Let's go Niners. What's up, Rick Diaz in the house? Good noise canceling headphones at work are a godsend. Yeah, my earpods, they are great. My Apple earpods, they are great in doing that. You know, I've been watching tape on Pickett. And remember, Pickett was taken in the first round. And this is why the NFL to me is crazy, right? There's always a prototype. And everybody goes for the prototype. Pickett was taken in the first round. And I've been watching tape on Pickett. And do you know that there's a lot of similarities in the play and their on-field play between Pickett and Brock Purdy? Brock Purdy, I could say, is even better. And I'm not trying to be biased or whatever. This is just watching film. Better than Pickett. But Pickett was taken in the first round. Why? Because of his stature. He's taller. He has a bigger arm. He fits, quote unquote, the stereotype. So he was taken in the first round. Brock Purdy played a lot of football. There's a lot of tape on Brock Purdy. But why did he make it one pick away from not even being drafted? Because of his size and the lack of his arm. Now, every team are looking for their Brock Purdy. Isn't it beautiful how this is a copycat league? Whenever there's a change on a team, if a player comes in and just tears it up, the rest of the teams are not looking for the next blank player that does something special. Do I wish that Brock Purdy had a body like Trey Lance? Absolutely. That'll benefit him even more. But I like what's in his head. I like how he gets rid of the ball quickly. His anticipation, the way he makes his reads, the way he doesn't allow the game to get too big for him. He is poised. He commands the huddle. He is a leader of men. Listen, whether you guys like it or not, and I'm not talking about the people just in the comments, I'm talking about all Niner fans. I've been hearing like, it's not fair. And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? He says, it's not fair. I'm like, what's not fair? Trey Lance started as QB1 last year, and they did not make him captain. It's not fair that Brock Purdy is being a starting QB1 for the first year, and he's a captain already. It has nothing to do with whether it's fair or not. It has to do with the players believing in you. The whole captain is the players vote. And I am not trying to be disrespectful to Trey. I'm not. I like Trey. Will always like Trey. I want Trey to be successful. It's kind of hard because I don't want him to be successful in Dallas. I hope he gets traded. I really do. I can't stand Dallas. But I do wish Trey the best in his career. People that call Trey a bust, it's laughable. It's laughable to me. Calling Trey a bust is crazy. The guy hasn't played that much football. Is he potential to be a bust? Probably. Does he have the potential to be great? Probably as well. We just don't know. And people are like, well, that's the reason why the Niners should have never got rid of him. They didn't. They didn't. Well, he's not here. Duh. But remember, Kyle said, we want you here, but I understand if you want to go somewhere else. And he thought about it, and Trey came back and said, I'd rather play somewhere else. So they traded him. It wasn't like the Niners just got rid of him. Trey Lance, and I understand why from Trey Lance's perspective, but he wanted to start fresh and start somewhere else. But that's the only reason why he's not on this team. It has nothing to do about the Niners not liking him. Now, he has potential, but the Niners are a win-now team. They are a win-now team. Unfortunately for the Niners, they don't have the luxury to start Trey right now. They didn't mind keeping him on the roster. Let him continue to develop. Play Brock. Let's see how Brock does. Even if Sam Darnold would have been the number 2, they wanted to keep Trey here because they also see potential in Trey. But out of respect for Trey requested a trade, and they honored his request. It's Brock's team now. He gave them no choice but to give it to him based on how he played. Yeah. I mean, the kid came in and won the fans over and won over the team. They seen his hustle. They seen the way he works out, the commitment. He sees how much he puts into this team. The players felt confident with him. They fell in love with him, and they support him, and they still do. Now, I didn't want Trey to be traded. I wanted him to remain on the team, but I also understand why. Even if he's a third string in Dallas, to him, it's better than being a third string in San Francisco because he got drafted here. The Niners moved up to get Trey. In San Francisco, he's considered a bust, but not in Dallas. In San Francisco, he's considered a bust. Why? Because he was drafted third overall. The Niners moved up to get him, and he was going to be the third string quarterback starting this year. So for that, he is a bust here. I'm not saying he's a bust in general. It is too early to call him a bust in the NFL. But I can definitely say he was a bust in San Francisco. Now we have to wait and see what he is in the NFL. And I pray that he does very, very well. Look who it is. My brother from a whole different mother, Mr. Bash, 49er minded himself. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in, saying hello. Say hello to my little friend. So I like Brock. I think Brock is going to be special. I think Brock will do enough to propel this team to win. I think our defense is going to be stout. Long as, again, we got to remain healthy. We lose players to health, everything that I say goes out the window. But if we remain healthy, this team will be dangerous. I think Brock Purdy can do enough to win games. And we're lucky to have him. As fans, I can tell you this, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, they are damn lucky they drafted Brock Purdy. Because I believe he saved their ass. Yep. I hope he goes somewhere else. Now, it's funny. People are like, Richardson is going to be the starting quarterback with the Colts. The kid in the Texans he's going to be a starting quarterback for the Texans. The kid in Carolina is the number one pick. It's going to be the starting quarterback for the Panthers. Why did the Niners not just put Trey Lance year one? The difference is the roster. Richardson is not going to a very good roster. I can't think of the kid from Alabama with the Panthers. He is not going to a very good roster. And the Texans, they're not a good roster yet. This is why those teams can afford to put those quarterbacks first season. Listen, if the Niners would have drafted Trey Lance in 2017, when Kyle and John first took over, then they would have started him. I believe if Trey Lance if he would have been drafted in 2017, I know he wasn't out yet. I'm just saying, if he would have came out that year, he would have been a starter that year. But in 2020, was it 2020? You got to remember, we had just came from a Super Bowl. Yes, we lost in the Super Bowl, but we were just in the Super Bowl the year before. We did not really lose a lot of players. We lost Sanders to the Saints. That kind of hurt. But we knew Debo was developing. We lost Joe Staley to retirement, but we got an upgrade when we brought in Trent Williams. So I can understand why they put Jimmy there and they wanted Trey to learn for 1 year. Patrick Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith for 1 year. Kansas City was a good team. My point is just this. The Niners are a win-now team. They're not the Colts. They're not the Texans. And they're not the Panthers. Different circumstances. This is when people tell me, well, these quarterbacks are starting. Why didn't Trey? It's a whole different thing. You got to look at the whole picture and not just be close-minded to what you want to see. You got to see the whole picture. Why is it that Trey did not start? They tried to start him, but remember he hurt his thumb? or his finger or whatever it was that he hurt in that preseason game that was kind of bothering him. So they just kind of went with Garoppolo. And then when they did give him the keys to the car, they told him, you are QB1. Starting the 2022 season, you are QB1. Let's go. Unfortunately for Trey, he gets hurt. No fault of his own. Bad luck. But he gets hurt. Jimmy comes in. Jimmy's not a threat to Trey. Jimmy, even though Jimmy played well, Jimmy was still going to get moved on. He still would have been moved on in the following year as he did, and this would have been Trey Lance's job. But the fact that Jimmy went down and Brock Purdy took over, he got the respect of Kyle. Kyle's like, wait a minute. I can run my offense through this kid. This kid can run my offense and run it well. And of course, he got confidence in Brock over Trey. And I'm glad that Kyle's not the type of coach that, well, I'm going to go with Trey because he was my draft pick. I'm going to go with Trey because Trey has the bigger arm. He has the bigger body. He's a prototype quarterback. I'm going to stick with Trey. I am glad that Kyle Shanahan has the balls to go with a 7th round quarterback with a smaller body and a smaller arm and say, he is going to be my QB1 over the prototype of quarterback of Trey Lance. That took balls. People might say that's not balls. That's Kyle being stupid. Well, everybody in their feelings, right? Now, I just want to win. If Donald Duck, Daffy Duck, or Mickey Mouse is the damn quarterback and they're winning, I'll be wearing their jersey. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to win trophy number 6. Isn't it time to go and get our 6th Lombardi trophy? Will it be this year? Will this be the year that the 49ers finally break through the threshing floor, make it to the Super Bowl, and win it? Now, people say, well, Brock Purdy needs to step up, and he does. But to me, the guy that really, really needs to step up and have a great monster year is this guy. I need Drake Jackson to have a monster year. This kid needs to step up his game. We know what we're getting from Bosa if he stays healthy. We know what we're getting from Hargrave if he stays healthy. We know that Eric Armstead can elevate his playing if he stays healthy. The mystery, the question mark, is Drake Jackson. Now, I think he's going to be excellent. He's going to be batting balls down. He's going to go after quarterbacks. He is going to add a huge piece to this front four. I'm excited to watch. There are 2 players that I'm looking forward on Sunday. There are 2 players that yours truly is looking forward on watching play on Sunday. Colton McKivitz and Drake Jackson. Colton McKivitz and Drake Jackson are the 2 guys that I will be keying on the game against Pittsburgh. How well will McKivitz hold up going against that monster of TJ Watt? Will Jake Jackson be able to get off blocks and get after the quarterback? Those are the two things that I'm going to be looking at come Sunday against Pittsburgh. Yep. Brock never saw or envisioned that he would be playing in 2022 as a third string quarterback. It just happened to go that way. Kyle did not draft for the O-line. That's why. That's why they traded Trey. Or I don't know. Can you clarify on that? I'm with you. I know he didn't draft. And I think that's a mistake. I think that was a mistake that he did not draft a tackle. I'm with you. But can you clarify your statement there for me, por favor? He never looks at things logically. Well, I mean, yes and no, based on what you mean logically. If they are really comfortable, if they really believe in McKivitz and they really believe in Feliciano as the backup, whether we agree with it or not, that's looking at it logically, at least for him. I'm not saying it's logical for us, but it could be logically for him. So it depends what you mean. He doesn't look at things logically. It's a matter of if we don't agree with him, it's not logical. But if we do agree with him, it is logical. To me, it's just a matter of opinion. But I do agree that he should have drafted O-line and he didn't. And that might come back and haunt us for sure. And I hope it doesn't. I don't know. Brian Burns does not want to play for the Panthers, but the one that's really making us think about things is Chandler Jones. He does not for sure want to play for the Las Vegas Traders. Now, people are like, we should bring in Burns. We should trade for him. I'm like, people were going nuts because we paid both all that money. And we might not be able to sign a uke. If we bring in Burns, we're not going to be able to re-sign him. Now, if they bring it in for just this year, but it depends how much capital if they give up number one to the Panthers for Burns for a 1-year rental, hell no. And if they're not going to keep Burns for the long haul, why even trade for him? Now, Chandler Jones, I can see us giving a third to the Raiders for him for a 1-year rental. But not, I rather have Burns, but to me, Burns is too hard to bring in. And yes, we can bring him in for a year, Randy. But what do we have to give up for that 1 year? Are you willing to give up a number one and a two for a 1-year rental? It's not going to guarantee we're going to win the Super Bowl. And the Panthers are not going to let him go for anything less than a 1 or 2. So, is it worth trading for him? Yeah, I am driving. That's why. Okay, I got you. What's up? 615 Random Goat. is in the house. What's up, brother? Clash of the Titans. Is that who you guys playing on Sunday? I think your defense is going to be very good. I think the Saints defense is so underrated. I don't think Carolina wants to part with any defense. It's all they got. Yeah. And if they do part from him, they're going to ask for a bunch of picks. And again, now, if we didn't have a Bosa and we traded for Burns with the intent of signing them for a long time, then I can understand why we will give up a 1 and a 2 or 2 1s or whatever. No, I don't think 2 1s that's too much, but you know what I mean. It will be worth the investment. Why? Because you bring Burns to be your ideal guy. We have our Burns. Matter of fact, we have better than Burns. We have, I was going to say Joey. We have Nick Bosa. Nicholas James Bosa. We need a piece to complement. But again, maybe this is just me wishful thinking, but I believe in Dre Jackson. I think Dre Jackson will be our Brian Burns, if you will. I really do. Only time will tell. I can't wait to see the Traders to lose to the Broncos. Yeah, that's who they start with. Christopher, what's up, my brother from another mother? What did I miss? I am about to end the show. You are welcome to watch the replay. We talked a lot about the game against against the Steelers. Bosa signing his contract today. We talked about Brock Purdy. We talked about a lot of things. You are welcome to check out the replay of this live. But your boy needs to get out of here. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. You guys are amazing. Thank you for supporting Christopher, even though you came late. Thank you for popping in, brother. Truly appreciate everybody that came in to say hello. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your weekend. And let's effing go. Niners football this Sunday. We will not be without football until February. Have fun. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll talk soon. Peace. Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.